Hello, hello! Welcome to today's live English lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here to take time to improve your English and to participate. If you're here live, wonderful. Feel free and please write comments and write in the chat box and answer the questions and participate as much as possible. If you're watching the replay, no problem. You can still learn a lot from this live lesson. You can write comments. I'll try my best to give you some feedback. And if you want to join me live, the best way to do that is to come here to this channel at 9 a.m. EST. That's the New York time zone on Tuesday and Thursday. You can always subscribe and click the little bell icon and you'll get a notification whenever we have a live lesson. It's a great way to participate and also to just immerse yourself in English, especially today because we're going to be talking about a useful idiom that's pretty casual and you could call it slang, but it's not rude. It's something that you can use in daily life. Thank you everyone who's joining me here live. Moez from Brazil, Indonesia, Colombia, Vietnam. Wonderful. Thanks so much. Poland, Ukraine. We've got friends all around the world. So today, all around the world, you're going to be learning this important slang idiom with our community. I have a question for you. We're going to use your answer in our idiomatic expression a little bit later. I want to know when it's hot outside. It's so hot. Imagine it's the middle of summer and you walk outside and your face and your body is immediately red and sweaty. It's just so hot outside. Tell me, what do you want to eat? What is the perfect food when it's hot outside? Maybe for you, it's going to be something different than for someone else, but I want to know, what is the perfect food for you to eat when it's hot? For me, when it's really hot outside, I like something super simple, just a drink that's cold, a cold drink. It could be iced tea, it could be ice water, it could be lemonade. Oh, a lot of people say ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, just water. Watermelon juice. Oh, yes. I love watermelon. Orange juice. Chili. Oh, interesting. Maybe something hot to balance. Beer, lemonade. Well, let's use your answer to talk about our idiom today. For me, let's say watermelon because you know how close watermelon is to my heart. In fact, I saw watermelon at the grocery store yesterday, which is good news. It means watermelon season is coming. It's my favorite food. So let's use today's idiom. Hits the spot. I could say, when it's hot outside, watermelon hits the spot. Can you imagine what that means? When it's hot outside, watermelon hits the spot. I'm going to write that sentence here so that you can see it. When it's hot outside, watermelon hits the spot. So you probably know these words individually. Hits the spot. Hit is usually like hit. You're using your hand to attack something. Hits. And the spot. The spot is a point. The spot. So what does this mean altogether? You're hitting a specific spot. Well, really, if you imagine, this is an idiom, so it doesn't mean exactly hitting a specific spot. We've got some great answers here. It's exactly what's required. Yes, it's the best option. I love it. Great explanations for this. Hits the spot means it's perfect for that moment. So the moment is, it's hot, so it's perfect for that moment. And when I was thinking about this idiom, I was trying to think, can we use this for things that are not food? But in reality, we use this for food 95% of the time. If you have already heard this idiom and you've heard it used without talking about food, write a comment, let me know. But most of the time we're talking about food. It hits the spot. And I wanted to talk about this idiom because it's something that native speakers definitely use. I made a video a couple weeks ago about how many idioms you need to know to be a fluent speaker. Is it important to know idioms? And the conclusion that I made in that video was you need to know idioms that native speakers actually use. Don't just study tons and tons of idioms because you don't know if they're actually used often, and you want to make sure you're using your time efficiently. So whenever I use an idiom in daily life and I recognize it, I try to write it down and create a lesson for you about it. So last week, I went to a restaurant and I was really hungry. And at the end of the meal, the waiter asked me, "How was your food?" And I said, "It hit the spot. It hit the spot. Thanks so much." And that means it was perfect. That moment, I was really hungry and the food at the restaurant hit the spot. Maybe it wasn't the best food I've ever had in my whole life, but at that moment, it was perfect. It hit the spot. So you can imagine your stomach. Your stomach is where your body processes all your food. And maybe there's a spot, a point in your stomach, a hungry point. We can imagine a hungry point. When you eat something that's perfect, it kind of fills or covers that spot. So for me, in the summer, when it's really hot, watermelon always hits the spot. What about for you? How can you use this in a full sentence? I want to read some of your sentences and then we'll talk about another situation. When it's hot outside, I like to eat Italian ice cream, Federica says. Khan says, when it's cold, warm soup hits the spot. Oh, yes, something nice and warm and liquidy feels really good. Andre says, when it's hot outside, beer hits the spot for me. Something cool to drink. Like Lucas says too, when it's hot outside, Coke hits the spot. That sounds like good advertising for Coke. Coke hits the spot. So it's something that's perfectly satisfying. And I saw earlier that some of you wrote, this live lesson hits the spot for me. Now here we're not talking about food. You can't really eat this live lesson. So in this situation, you're talking about the material that you're learning is perfect for maybe a moment in your English studies. It's important for you. So can we say, this live lesson hits the spot for me? Yes, we can, but I want to make sure that if you use this, you fully understand the meaning of the idiom because, as I said, it's most common to use it with food. So if you say it for English lessons or for another situation that's not food, you have to say it a little bit playfully, a little bit like, not a joke, but a little bit with a light heart, because people might imagine that you're eating the live lesson. So it's kind of a creative or clever way to say, this English lesson is great for me right now. So make sure you have a smile on your face. And if you want to say it, you could say, oh, I watched a live lesson yesterday and it hit the spot for me. It was great. It hit the spot. So make sure that you're using it not so seriously, but with a smile, and a playful face. So let's make sure that we're using this correctly about food generally. And I want to know for you, let's talk about this in the past, because here we have a present tense verb, hits. Hits. Does anyone know what is hits in the past? I used it just a moment ago. What do you think is hit in the past? Oh, a lot of you are writing this. Yes, it is hit. Yesterday, watermelon hit the spot. So we're just taking out the S. So let's write some sentences. Let's talk about this quickly in the past tense before we have a practice sentence all together. So I might say, yesterday I was so hungry that I ate 2 burritos and they hit the spot. Hit the spot in the past. So I want to know for you, what is something that you ate recently that perfectly satisfied you? You felt like, oh, this is the perfect food for me at the moment. So for me, I would say yesterday I was so hungry that I ate 2 burritos. They hit the spot. All right, so here we have our lovely past tense. They hit the spot. I'm talking about an activity that happened in the past. Giovanni says, my mom's dinner hit the spot. Great. This is something that you thought was the perfect food for this moment. Yesterday, I was so hungry that I ate 2 burritos. They hit the spot. A sandwich I ate yesterday hit the spot. Great. Eating pizza hit the spot for me. Barbecue always hits the spot. Excellent. So for you, that's something that is important and tasty. Perfect for that moment. I think you guys understand wonderfully how to use this idiom. So let's use this in a sentence all together. And all of our friends from all over the world are going to use this sentence together. So just imagine friends in France, in Indonesia, in Russia, in Taiwan, in Brazil, in Canada, everyone saying this sentence together. And it kind of feels like you're part of a community then, because sometimes learning online can be a little bit lonely. So participating in live lessons and also imagining the other people who are learning with you, it helps to make it more realistic. So let's say a sentence using hits the spot. And how about we can talk about a food that is, let's talk about a drink. Let's talk about a drink in the morning because it's morning for me. So let's talk about something in the morning that hits the spot right when you wake up. Oh, it feels so nice. Well, here I have my water bottle. I'm always carrying it because I drink water all the time. It's my favorite drink. Kind of boring, but I love it. So let's talk about something that you like to drink in the morning. And I'm going to say the sentence, and I want you to write the sentence kind of like a practice dictation. So I'm going to say it, you can write it, and then we'll say it all together. Are you ready? When I wake up, water hits the spot. Or we can make it a little longer. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. It means that you're kind of thirsty and it's not a good time to drink a beer or to drink something else, maybe something sugary. You want just something to help your thirst go away. You want to quench your thirst. So a glass of water is perfect. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. And then after you finish your glass of water, you can have some coffee or tea or breakfast. Or maybe you don't eat breakfast. I don't know how people survive without eating breakfast, but some people do. I love breakfast. So let's say this sentence all together. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. We're all human, all around the world, and we all need water. So let's say this slowly. Practice your pronunciation. If you're in a place that you feel comfortable saying it out loud, I recommend doing that. And if you're not, you can say it quietly. So let's say this slowly, imitate my mouth, and then we'll say it quickly. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. Can you say it really fast? When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. When I wake up, a glass of water hits the spot. Whoo, good practice. Thank you everyone for writing this down and saying it out loud with me. I hope for you, you feel comfortable using this idiom. I called this a slang idiom, but it's not rude, and really you can use this in professional situations when you're talking with someone about the meal that you had last night, or at a restaurant like I did. I told the server, this food hit the spot. Great. It's not so casual that you can only use it with your close friends. Feel comfortable using this in a variety of situations and use English. So if you would like to continue to learn English with me, you don't need to stop now just because our lesson is finishing. You can enjoy plenty of other English lessons because there are a lot here on this YouTube channel. I think over 200 that you can enjoy. So I recommend watching, learning, writing, and speaking with other English lessons on this channel. Feel free to do so. And if you would like to get my free email lessons and read my free ebook, it's for you. You can click the link in the description below or on the screen at the end. I'll put a little picture that you can use. My free ebook is called 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker. And it's my goal for you to become confident. Maybe you will forget how to use hits the spot tomorrow, but when you hear it again, you'll realize, oh, I learned that. And then it will be repeated, and you'll start to feel more confident using it. That's the goal. Start to feel confident, and then fluency will happen. So it's important to believe in yourself. I hope that my free ebook will give you the steps, 5 steps to feel more confident. It's my gift to you. Feel free to read it and also enjoy my email lessons that I send about idioms and expressions and language learning ideas. Thanks so much for learning with me. I will see you again the next time on Tuesday. Next time is Tuesday. I'll see you again the next time. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. See you later.